Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to our introduction to weightlifting course. I'm really excited to get you guys introduced to the snatch and the clean and jerk. I think these moves are the mecca of physical conditioning and training and just require, of all 10 components of fitness, the most of all of them, from mobility or flexibility to strength and power, coordination, accuracy. Man, the list goes on, and I think it's a really fun way to train. So as we get going into these, I want to encourage all of you guys to keep a beginner's mindset or a learner's mindset, and just know that this is an introduction course, and a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing in the first few weeks are going to be just progressions and learning positions and trying to explain and have some aha moments just so you understand this, because the better you can conceptualize the movements, the easier it is going to be to piece them all together. So when you guys are getting going in this, there's some optional gear that you may want to consider, from wrist wraps to wrist straps to knee sleeves down to the shoes that you're wearing. So wrist wraps just provide a little bit of extra compression around your wrist, because of a lot of the positions we're going to hold, those wrists will really be folded back in the front rack and especially overhead for the jerk and the snatch. So a little compression is never a bad thing. The wrist straps are a little sleeve that go over your wrist and then actually loop around the barbell. And this is for the purpose of whenever we're doing like from above the knee pulling exercises or maybe some high pulls, you can focus more on just sequencing the movements together as opposed to the way that your hands are burning from trying to hold onto a barbell. Even an unloaded barbell becomes pretty grip intensive whenever you're pulling through some of those progressions and complexes. So then the knee sleeves, again, compression is never a bad thing. If you got old crickety poppity knees like me, I can see why you might want them. And they keep your knees warm too. It feels good, nice and toasty. And then the last thing to consider is the weightlifting shoes. So weightlifting shoes have really firm bottoms on them, which means that you're gonna have a good base of support. You won't be flexing in your foot like you would in a running shoe that have the blown foam rubber bottoms. They even have a little bit of an elevated heel, which means that it helps your ankle mobility if that's something that you're lacking, which a lot of beginners are. And then they have these little straps on there which latch your foot down good. I used to like this a lot, but now I've been going to chacos or even barefoot where my toes can spread out wide and I still have a really strong base of support. So pick your shoe, pick your gear. Again, any of that's optional, not required, but just something to consider. And then so last we'll explain a little overview of what the snatch and clean and jerk are. So the snatch is one motion from the ground to overhead, traditionally with a little bit of a wider grip here. So you'll start down with the bar on the ground and then pulling through the hips to catch up overhead and to the lockout position. And the clean and jerk, as the name implies, is two moves, a little bit more narrow than what we do for the snatch. And you'll start again in close and then go up to your shoulders. That's the clean. This is the front rack. And then you'll do a little dip and drive to lock out overhead for the jerk. Now there's a couple different variations and progressions to each of those, and we'll dive more into those as we get into the course. But for now, if there's anything I didn't cover or anything that you guys are interested in, feel free to give me a shout. Look forward to seeing you guys in class soon.